Gil, he delivered what as he was advertised. You know, he was a guy. He made a nice play in the first goal. You could see his offensive instincts on the power play. But the thing we liked, we knew that coming in. The big question was going to be how is he going to handle the pace and the compete level at the American Hockey League, and he did a nice job. He was extremely competitive. His pace was good, and when he didn't have the puck, he worked.
You got a pretty young defense group tonight, you know, compared to what you've had. And you talked about solid. You used the word solid before. I wonder, would that describe the way the defensemen played tonight?
Yeah, they did.
Not a lot of mistakes.
Not a lot of mistakes. They defended real well in our own zone. There was some strong box outs at the net. I think down low in the corner containment they were good, and that's a little bit of what this identity of this decor is. You know, it always changes, but you just trying to make sure that you're drawing out what the strengths are in each group that you have throughout the season. And with this group, they were solid. That's what we wanted them to be, was make smart plays, really defend real well, and we wanted to be in a game where we weren't playing a wide open style, and we didn't.
I can get your thoughts on the Samuelson trade. A guy who could just sort of sum up what he did for you guys in 3 years plus, and what you think of him, you know, getting the opportunity to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's tough to see him go. I think when you look at it from a developmental standpoint, he came as a young kid. He left college early to come here. He really worked his way up. He was extremely coachable. He improved his body. And I think when you look at him from where he came from to where he is now, it's a tribute to him as a player, and he was a pleasure to coach. Those are the guys you love coaching, because you can see the growth and the development and the desire to get better. You know, and then he was a guy. He went to war for us for 4 years. I mean, he was here. We've had a lot of successful seasons as of late, deep playoff runs, and you know, he's been a huge part of that. So it's disappointing to see him go, but you know, he was a core fabric of our team. But it's also nice to see him be able to get a different opportunity, and sometimes that's best for both parties. But you know, he's a guy who's going to have a long career, and he was great for our team, and great for us, and wish him all the best. And but it's nice to see a guy like that be excited about a different opportunity also.
How's Archibald? That was a nasty hit.
He should be fine.
What was your impressions on Zachko? There was a 9-day layoff since his last game. At first 2 periods, not many shots. The third period picked up the pace. What are your thoughts on Zachko tonight?
He was solid. You know, in the beginning, it was. I think that's a veteran goalie there. He had a long layoff. He didn't get tested early, but he was sharp. You know, they made a little bit of a push there in the third period, and he came up with some big saves, and it was nice to see him be that sharp.
And then finally, what do you think will? How do you spearhead this game to win tonight to get a big win against Hershey tomorrow night?
Well, you want to build off the positives of what we did. I think when you have a win like this, you want to be able to keep that feeling good about yourselves. That brings you energy and momentum. But the also thing is, when we come back tomorrow, we got to park it, and there's going to be a little bit of, you know, a different game plan and different mindset going to play Hershey, and we need to make sure that we have the same competitive fire that we had tonight.
And Murray will probably be in goal tomorrow.
Not sure yet.
Okay.